I already failed my medicine check, so I can't check.
Jasper should take a look.
I was gonna say, can I taste it?
You're not
Sure.
looking at me.
Roll a stealth check.
Ooh.
Your time to shine. Oh no.
That
Yeah,
doesn't
his
even
passive
beat my
beats you
passive.
up. You just watch as Jasper kind of like slowly stalks the side of you. Can I lick it?
If his tongue comes out, I'm grabbing it with my hand and just saying no.
His dreams are dashed.
While I'm doing that, does it look familiar or something I might know?
Roll investigation check. Which looks like a big bruise that kind of swirls around a little bit on the edges.
Maybe
Yes, do you know what that is?
arcane in any way?
Not really Jasper's strongest suit outside. Well, let's see.
I am proficient in arcane.
Sure.
I am.
Kind of look at it. It gives off kind of like a bad vibe. It's not a magic that you would typically use, but it doesn't feel like good magic.
Yeah, some bad juju on you, my friend.
Yeah, I'm getting that. I don't know how to remove it though.
Cut off the arm. Cut off the arm. It's already on the shoulder anyways. Don't worry.
Is it
What is
spreading?
it with you and removing arms?
As I said,
There's gotta be a limit.
Never.
did I notice it was spreading when I was looking at it?
It's not spreading right now. It spread when she got healed. So it was smaller, and then she was healed, and it grew to like this big 6-inch massive blob that kind of has like slightly swirling edges. Very slowly.
So you can get rid of that arm and build yourself a new one.
It's already into the shoulder too. We might have to remove a little bit more than would be worth it. Besides, you guys left my robotic arm in the other world.
Technically, as an astral monk's or way of the astral self, the physical body is not the perfect self.
Do you want to keep your arm?
I mean, yes.
Just like, I'll get it. Cure wounds.
Alright, gonna pick herself up, look at the painting, and then convert to the others. Or the mirror, I mean.
Mhm.
Cass, do you know what that is on her arm?
Is this something I can look at?
Yeah. You can roll Arcana or Medicine. Or Nature if you get desperate, but I already know you have both of those.
Also, can I just point out that Leah is still a mouse?
I thought that was Ben.
Am I still a mouse? I'm not even on Fantasy Grounds.
Yeah, no, your token is sitting there. You were right above Theris, and I was like, oh, look, he's got Ben out. Sweet.
Yeah, I think Ben's
you were
been
looking
an
at
owl
something
for
to
a
poke.
while.
It's true. We changed him, I think, very quickly, but yeah, because we were using him at the battle to scout around. Okay. I don't think, here, I'll pick art for Leah. That's so funny. I totally thought that was Ben. Token. Leah.
Is my voice coming through loud enough?
I can hear you fine.
Sounds good there.
Oh, there's Leah.
Okay, I just set up a voice meter, so making sure everything's working.
It's got like a slight crackle to it, but not much, and not all the time. All right, Leah now looks like Leah again. I do have it saves your token. That's handy. I'm liking Unity more and more. I still haven't got to work with the walls yet, though. I ran out of time. All right,
That's
so
fine.
before
We will eventually have.
that's a pretty high roll you got there. You look at it. And you take a good probably 2 minutes and just focus it on this. You're familiar with something similar and you're not sure why. This is like a magical disease. Kind of like a curse, kind of like a disease. You need more study to derive exactly what it does. But from what you've understood from them, you should probably avoid trying to get healed until you've been able to been looked at more. Theris has been able to find a more legitimate solution for your condition. And then you think back to when you breathed in that black smoke. Tanya breathed it in too, but Tanya seems fine.
Side note, I did spend key points last session to heal.
I know.
Okay.
That's where the first blotch came from.
Okay.
But you are drained of key at the moment too. Don't forget.
Yeah, I know. I'm completely tapped out.
Yeah, if you had to think about it, Theresen, you may need some you maybe need help kind of getting this one cured at some point. It would probably take a lot of applications of something similar to Greater Restoration or some other form of magic. Or a combination of several magics in order to get this removed.
Doc
Perhaps
says
you
you're
can
gonna
find
die.
out more. You, Dave. Roll new character. Fenrir kind of looks over. Like, huh, you're not a rat. Like, you guys are full of surprises. Like, so can I go now? He tries to walk the other direction, but he is currently being held. What do you guys want to do?
Who is this person you were looking for?
This is him. Full of information. Kind of picks up by the back of his clothing. He's kicking his feet put me down. And then he kind of like watches his gaze goes to the tablets at the back of the room. Like, oh,
The halflings or Jalal?
Jalal. Like, feels such shame to leave such valuable artifacts behind.
Follows the gaze, then looks back to him. If you want to try and grab those, you get to contend, and she'll gesture to the 4 crystalline knights.
Oh no, I already thought about that. It's like, it's just not meant to be. It's like, and I've really wanted to read that book too. The other ones are equally as interesting, though, I'd imagine. Especially that one on the end.
Which color one?
The green one.
Hmm?
It's like, these must be very valuable. Like, I don't quite understand them all. It's like, that one's some sort of map.
A map?
Yes, it's some sort of chart of the Feywilds. And interconnecting paths. It's like, I'd show you, but I can't quite touch it. It's like, but with enough time and study, you could potentially use this to get to any world. Very valuable in the right hands. Very dangerous in the wrong hands.
Are very dangerous.
It's like, but you guys aren't interested in those. Shouldn't. We should just be on our way. Is there anything else you guys needed here?
It's not like we really got anything out of this trip other than some new bruises.
It's like, yeah, those guys totally took everything from you. Oh. It's like, I mean,
You should probably be happy that you're coming with us.
it's like, where are we going?
Uh,
He just like kind of looks around at everyone.
Hmm.
And Salal just kind of looks like, I guess we really didn't talk about that. It's like, is there anywhere you guys need to go?
Anyway, so technically, I need to go back to that casino to let the lady know about her husband.
Preferably further away from the. What was it? My master was heading east, right?
Your master was, you're from like an eastern continent, but he was
Mhm.
heading east to the western side of the continent that we're on.
Mhm.
So
Probably
he's
is-
heading towards you.
Yeah, I know. As far
Also a
east
very large
from
continent.
yeah, as far east from the western coast as possible, preferably.
Okay.
Tropical Island sounds pretty nice.
Those are all in the west.
Ari continues to kind of stare back to the mural.
It's like, yeah, don't really know. I've met some of you. I don't really know all of you quite that well, but I was intending to begin my journey home, to bring this good little guy to a special location to see what else he may or may not remember. Like all the valuable information's in that little brain right there. Unfortunately, it's locked behind an idiot. You're welcome to come if you'd like. Or I could drop you back off at, I believe those were your friends in the swamp? I'm not sure, it's been a few days, but if you'd like, I could drop you off near there.
Um, where is the winter cart?
Oh, and it's like it's far north. He kind of explains to you, so there's Northern Arcadia, which is kind of the main continent that you guys are on. And then north of that, there is this big batch of lands that goes across the continent that's called the Thorns. And then it goes into like extremely frigid mountains, which you've been to. That's where, in those mountains, is where you went to the Dwarven city where the Delve is held. That's kind of like central in the continent. The court of the Winter Queen is like more west centralized. You're not exactly 100% sure where, but somewhere closer there. But it's in the far northern side of this continent. Like there's cave, unfortunately, right outside of our domain, so it's a bit dangerous. But the crystals that naturally form in this cave can be used to draw out memories. I'm hoping to find out anything about this conflict because none of it makes sense.
Could you repeat that? About the what?
He's trying to just find out more about the conflict because it doesn't make sense to him. It's like, and I believe the key's in this little guy's brain. It's like, I would warn you though, if you do accompany me, it's very dangerous. Even for me. It's like, your big friend over there. He'd fare decently well.
Sounds like fun.
It's rather cold.
I look at my
Sounds like
very
fun.
light attire.
It's like I don't believe the scrying mirror is broken. I don't know what has happened in your kingdom's conflict. I know many of you are from perhaps, well, I guess we couldn't take you there, not knowing the situation. I would hate to drop you off in the middle of enemy forces. It's like, we do have one more problem, though. He looks
What's that?
about.
Yeah.
There are currently 10 of us here. I can only bring 9 of us back.
Well, it's a good thing
Something-
one of us is dead, isn't it?
That's a little morbid.
Anybody got a bag of holding? We can shove them in.
What?
Not that big.
Can you put Max in a bag of holding?
I don't think you have one that big.
Can we take part of Max apart?
Oh, God.
If we can fit him into a 12 cubic foot area, I can carry him.
Hold on.
What?
He's pretty hefty, though, now.
Are you sure he's not disassemblable? A bowl?
He is not an Autobot, no. Although that'd be sick if he transformed into his horse now.
Oh,
Well, you know what you're doing when he finally comes back. Oh yeah, by the way, James, while you were away, your character got some upgrades.
I don't think it's dead, but I also don't know what's wrong with it. Hold up. I'm down. Let me read.
As long as it's not living
although,
material.
I don't think we have the component, do we?
Yeah, I had that. I forgot what one of the towns I had that made.
5,000 gold piece replica.
Yeah, I had that made in a town. I think it may have been in the
Sure.
fire area as part of a reward. I can't remember 100%.
Ooh, interesting plane.
Yes.
12 cubic feet of non-living material. He's partly living, but he is kind of be risky. You can certainly give it a try, though. Oh, I do remember when you made it too, because I think we paid for it in party funds because we could use it as like extra planar storage.
I'm down if everybody else is.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds like fun.
Sounds good, since we don't have my awesome bag of holding that was left in the temple somewhere.
Wait, I thought we got. No, it was a different bag of holding.
All right, so you're gonna summon your chest.
Yeah, I'll give it a go.
All right. So you pull out your small replica. You take your time. Spell slot non-ritual or ritual.
Let me see. Can this one be done as a ritual? If it can be done as a ritual, I will, because I'm low on slots. I've got one to cast it, but I'd rather save it.
Let's see. I don't believe so. Touch and nope. So
No,
just a spell slot.
Yep.
All right, so you summon the chest. You're gonna need some athletics checks to fit our paladin in the chest. So who would like to assist theirs by compacting?
I will.
Who's
So
good
you
with
guys
folding
pick
and
up-
Tetris?
George, Tanya will help pack.
I'm
right.
I'm good
Pack
at
it in.
smashing things.
Tanya, I need you to roll an intelligence check, and I need Jasper to roll an athletics check.
Yeah.
Oh, that was almost in that 20.
I get advantage on it.
No, it's for Tanya. Oh God.
20.
So Tanya, you're just like looking at this chest, and you're looking like I don't know if it's gonna just crunch down into the chest. He fits.
Well, if he wasn't dead then, he's dead now. His neck is bent in the wrong direction.
Go ahead, close the top. You send it back.
I dismiss it.
He just watches the chest, and Max is out of sight. Oddly enough, not the first character of his floating around in the astral plane. Happened to his Blood Hunter in the other game. He got one of those bad bubble table rolls. All right, so he is no longer here. Before we leave, is there anything else you want to look at or do? Because there's no way at your current spell level to get back here.
You know what? Tanya's going to do a quicker look around the rooms again before we leave.
What if we just take it really fast before we go? The book, the fun one.
like on the count of like the last count of
Yeah,
the
what if
spell.
we just grab it?
It's like I
Do
think
you really?
No.
They're
he's
gonna
like,
take a minute to activate, aren't they?
he's like, but they may activate their anti-magic field to just nullify the spell.
Is that static or rain, Dev?
That is my laptop
It's a
fan
fan.
trying to take off.
Ah,
It's trying to learn chemistry.
It's the sound of my brain.
Jill kind of
Trying to
looks. He's
process.
like, I don't know. Those are very valuable, but you're not gonna get them without a conflict. Guaranteed. I'd probably be fine.
This is why you need pen and paper. You could just jot down the books.
Oh, I can tell you what they all are, but they're far more than just words. And it's like, I really don't feel like fighting the sentries, though. But if you want to try, if you get stuck behind, don't blame me.
We're not grabbing
Couldn't we
any
make
of the
the halfling?
relics.
What was that, Grunkle? Certainly try. He's just hanging out. He's having a grand old time. He's excited he gets to go on a trip. This is great. Last time he got on a trip, he got in trouble.
So, when you activated them, how long until they dropped to the floor?
Do you remember, Tony?
I think he was pretty immediate.
It was pretty quick because he had touched it to mend it, and they were pretty much right on him.
Because if we want that book, I am fast.
We're not grabbing the relics.
It's like I'm sure there's something even in there that could tempt you, young lady. It's like, but in our current condition, I fear most of us would probably die in this pursuit, if not all of us. And I really don't want to die.
Neither do I.
I'm due for a promotion, personally.
No, maybe dying wouldn't be bad. So bad. No, I don't want to die.
Maybe another day. He just kind of looks to you, Leah, and mouths like, "At what?
Another day.
Okay.
Oh, we know how to get here.
He's like, he just kind of looks over. Leah or Theris or both roll insight checks because you'd probably be the only two people that would understand. Oh shit. So Leah rolled a 14. Theris, you rolled a 26.
Oh my god.
That means you rolled a natural 20. Oh, that's whisper worthy for that one. Sorry, folks. Everyone else gets to read, not you. Oh god, I need my OneNote for this one. I'm pretty sure I know which one, but if I say it wrong, then it becomes the wrong thing for forever.
You whispering in Unity or in Discord?
I could do it in. There you go. That's even better.
I hate using it, the whisper in or Fantasy Grounds. 'Cause I'm always afraid I'm going to miss it, and it's going to go right to chat anyway.
No, yeah, that's it. I've missed stuff before too.
No. Do it in Fantasy Grounds. I'm definitely not stream sniping.
Yeah, me neither.
All right, let me check this one to just confirm your color. The Great Hall.
I would never do that.
That one's the broken one.
Y'all have the volume all the way down? You're not showing up in the channel.
Hmm?
They're in the stream, but it doesn't show them as people in the chat. If I look at who's in there, and I'm just curious if they had it muted, because if you have the volume all the way down, I don't think it counts you, but you can mute the tab and it works.
Yeah, guys, learn how to stream site
Oh
properly.
yeah, I had the volume down. I'll fix it.
Yeah.
Because it's like, you're not in here.
Like, I don't know. He's like, although, and he kind of like thinks about this for a second. How fast are you? And he looks over at you, Sora.
Well, why?
Curious.
There's something special about that black tablet, isn't there?
Well, I mean, they're all extremely valuable.
Yeah, but
Hard
you're
to
really
know.
eyeing that one
And
particularly.
About
It's like
100 feet in 6 seconds if I really try.
it details out a race I'm not familiar with, but some of the slight symbologies look similar to things I've seen recently in my research. And I believe it's very curious that it is here. It's like, and I believe it has something to do with what our current problem is.
And if we allow me to get a short rest, then I could
He's like,
take
I
safety
could
measures in.
also double your speed, temporarily, of course. He's like, hear me out. What if you were to take 1, 2 tablets, who knows, and run faster than them out of the room to us as we're ready to leave? If you're as fast as you say, perhaps we could abscond with a few. Although, if things go poorly, I'm not quite sure your typical backup plan would be effective in this situation.
There's is this the portal down here? Is it still open?
The one where they were?
Yeah.
No, that closed after they went through. The hole between the library and the armory is there, though.
Are you able to make them stop? Can you control them?
I don't know.
Try to send them to the other end of the Coliseum or the training area.
Okay, I just need to
They
map
didn't
things
listen to
out.
me earlier.
If you can command them and get them to
What they
at least
have
leave the
was
area,
standing down.
yeah, that should give us time to get spells off.
Like, you guys fought the knights?
We don't.
Not really. I just got there.
Wow. That's pretty impressive. Is that how that other guy died?
What other guy?
The guy we totally didn't shove in that chest. Wink, wink.
I think he just fell over.
Exactly.
I mean, if we wait, how long is a short rest? 30 minutes?
30 minutes to an hour, depending on how shitty everyone's looking. Typically more an hour, but
I mean, I'm just hopefully trying to get key points back.
up to you guys.
Ferris, we don't even know if there are other things protecting them. It could be you remove one without permission and settle in your stone. We are talking about Satesh's home and precious artifacts. I don't think I need to tell you what lengths a wizard will go to keep them safe.
Looks at you like she has no idea.
Oh, he doesn't live.
So
Go
Joel,
on.
or over
Go
to
on.
Huh? Who, me?
Yeah.
Oh, no, I was just listening.
he doesn't live here?
No, I just was saying he really likes fresh linen. Fresh linen.
Good. I do too.
See, but if he doesn't live here, then where does he live?
Nope, he totally lives here. Where his linens are.
The one that lived
I
here is the
did
one that's
not
dead, isn't it?
see a bedroom for Satosh. Or chambers. I think you're lying.
They must have stolen it.
The whole bedroom?
Mm-hmm. You saw what they did to the library and the armory.
So Satoshi doesn't
Roll an
live
insight check really
there.
quick.
Do we really need to?
Play gaming, please.
I closed my laptop. It was too loud. You're gonna have to roll for me.
It's all good.
Okay.
Thank you for doing so much homework. You rolled an 8.
Thank you. Great.
Yeah, you gather he's not telling the truth. Surprise, surprise. I know. Shocker. Joel kind of like starts to shake him a little bit. Out with it. It's like, I'll feed you to the Goliath.
Sharpen my teeth on my axe.
Roll an intimidation check. As he kind of like lifts him up higher. It's like, you're hungry, aren't you, Goliath?
Who's touching my pointer? Yeah.
Like, well, he lives here, kinda. I mean, there's a door, so that technically counts. So see, I'm not wrong.
Where does Satosh live?
He lives behind his door.
Are you talking about the mural door or another separate door?
The mural is totally not a door. I never said that.
Okay.
Oh, well then.
Oh, but that's going to
That would be
confuse
the
my
silliest
separate.
place to put a door.
Or the best.
What about Defton the others?
It's like, we should go talk to the old guy in the library. He's always pretty interesting. You could put your hand through him.
Do they also live somewhere else?
Oh, I don't know. I was a statue. The last thing I remember, I met that nice guy with the wings. Really a shame what happened to his arm, though. There was that other weird guy. There was actually a lot of weird guys. And then there was that other guy. He was kind of a creepy guy. He wasn't really weird. And then there was a really big guy. And a really little guy. Yeah, lots of guys. Kind of like you guys.
Just
Go
a bunch
figure.
of guys hanging out in an old wizard's house. Sure.
It's like, so, you said we're going somewhere? Like, immediately? I haven't been out of the house in a long time. I gotta fight a devil. I didn't do really good, though.
Devil. That's
Yeah.
fun. That's
It was
interesting.
it was big and scary and had big black claws and wings and it would fly around.
It was a black devil.
Yeah. Big one
That's
too.
interesting. We've also fought a black devil recently.
Huh. Did it rip off your arm too?
No.
Oh, that's lucky.
Jalal, I could probably open the door. I have some strength left, but do you think it's worth it?
He kind of looks over. I That's kind of your guys' thing. I mean, if he does live back there, that could be valuables.
I go play a tune near the door, see if anything happens.
You go ahead and channel play. Seemingly no effect. It's like traps like these are made for very specific reasons.
Whatever
And
was behind
I
that
don't
door
think
was
you're all strong
haunting.
enough to survive in your current state. Even if we got in, we would be so weak that we may fall victim to anything on the other side. And if it's anything like what we've seen on the inside, that could be very bad.
That is reasonable.
But if I were him, and this is why I don't make demi-planes, that would be where I'd keep my best things.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and it would be such a shame if we didn't leave with anything. Besides the small man.
Sorry's
What
going to.
did the mural stop on, by the way, this time?
Mural. This netbook is really long at this point. So you had seen Sutesh growing up as a poor child in a city. You saw symbols, but you weren't familiar. There was also a period of time where it kind of looked like death slightly, but then reverted back to Sutesh as a child. After that, you watched as he was kind of raised from the streets and taken under a wizard of some sort, if you're assuming from the local location. Um, Taught him lots of magic, gave him access to artifacts, and then he finds a tome with the symbol of that eye that is on Ari's hand. Um, and he begins to study, and he makes contact with something that gives him great power. And he eventually uses this ability to kill his master, who is currently in that gem in the other room. After that, it basically showed him assembling an army, and that's where it stopped.
Okay, so it's currently on an army.
Yeah, it basically looks like him like on horseback with a bunch of soldiers. All of their armor, you can't see a color, but there's like inlays of dragon designs on their armor.
When I touched the wall, everything went dark for a moment. Then I woke up by a tower.
What kind of tower?
Well, a really tall one. There were the eye that kind of peered down at her before she felt the pulse in her chest. I assume it looked much like a beholder's eye.
Yep. It wasn't the same design as yours. It was just a beholder.
Okay. There were a couple of beholders there as well.
Oh, you met your family. Oh.
She looks at him confused.
He begins to just like tear up. It's always so sweet when families reunite. Did they look like you?
Did who look like me?
No, they're boulders.
No? Why would a beholder look like...
Mm.
You said you've been with Satesh. Have
Oh,
you not seen the beholder?
yeah, I've seen beholders. I know lots of beholders. Although I don't really know them, I just kind of like see them, but you don't really want to look at them. They're a little creepy. But I mean, you're a really pretty beholder. I wouldn't have known until I saw it.
They're gonna be looking at him kind of confused and look down to herself. Look over to Leon Theris. Do I look different?
No, for the most part, but this is very interesting. You know, I think we should pursue investigating this at a later time.
I think so as well.
Very interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's like, we should be off. I mean, there's many more other things to worry about. Mm-hmm. I mean, Trassix alone. Whew.
Who's Trassix? A friend of yours?
What's the Trassix?
Oh, you.
It sounds painful. Is it like a rash?
Is he playing dumb, or is he just dumb?
Well, an insight check.
Why not
Someone roll
both?
it for me.
I'll roll for you. Here, no, we'll let Tanya roll a d20 in chat.
I think it's a +6.
So that's an 8.
Ooh.
The 8's
Oh.
And he rolled
The
a
dial
flat 9.
froze on an 18 for me.
You have no clue.
The answer could be both.
It's like,
I think the beholder's test serves might be beyond there.
oh, Trassix. He's trying to think. What are those things called? He kind of like makes little weird things coming out of his face. And then he's like, they go like this, and then he like goes up to
Mind
Saul, and
flayers.
they're like, you wouldn't be familiar with what a mind flare is. He's like, they're like, he basically describes a mind flare. It's like, they're ill. That's what they are. They're ill. Pretty sure.
Thought we had met or fought one once or something.
Ooh, actually, you were there, weren't you? Roll a history check, Theris. You've seen a hand and a body, but you guys weren't 100% sure what it is. Oh no, the hand was with Dark's character. Oh no, you guys in your twos. Unity in twos, it's happening again. This happened on Tuesday too. We rolled an unnatural number of like sub 6 rolls. It almost went very
Well,
poorly.
hopefully there's no battles today.
He mentions Illithid, and it kind of jogs your memory slightly. You're like, you kind of think back, like, I think we found a hand at one point of one of these things. Yeah, they're ill. I'm pretty sure.
Wait. And so Satesh's master isn't the beholder?
No, his master is about. God damn it. It's not really a master. I'd call it more of an objective critic. Yeah, that's good. No, the beholders, or not the beholders, the illithid, they're the weird people. It's like they're mostly dead. I think they're actually a dying race. But that one, like, I think they put him in people. Sounds really gross. Never seen it done. Sounds horrible though. It's like he's apparently in some guy right now. He's like, I've seen him before. I don't know what his name is though. He's like, here, and he makes a minor illusion of a human head. Theris already knows who it is. Ari knows who it is because Ari just spent time. It's Kazan.
I've drawn a blank on Kazan.
Kazan is a
Sorry.
wizard who's currently controlling the capital. You met him in the alley.
He was posing as not posing. He was the king's wizard, wasn't he?
Yep. So he was at the original campaign battle, and they eventually found him, and he came back and essentially became the king's wizard, more or less. And he had banished what was his name? Sir Astral, who was like a prior one, and a couple other people. And slowly after that, they took over the city. Also staged a coup. It seemed very surprising. They were able to get the king out. He did have the prince hostage, though, which Theris did find, and you guys did escape with, who is currently in northern Gangtaster with the Cross family, because you gave him to Alistair. So he's safe. He's safer than you guys. But yeah, he is basically the wizard in charge of the capital right now. Like, oh, you met him? Yeah, he's bad news. And he kicks me.
So these mind flayers can just possess people?
I don't know. He's the only one I've ever met. I don't know much about how he met the boss, but I know they had worked on a project at some point in the past. He's actually part of the reason that boss got brought back, I think.
Ari, isn't that the one that called you princess? Back in that city. We've met him, haven't we?
Pretty sure that was him, correct, Noble?
Yeah. You've been called princess by a
Nice.
lot of people, but he also called you princess.
He was the first one, too.
Yeah, probably. He's like, so do I get to leave? Or do I still have to go?
You're coming with us.
I thought I was going with him. Are you coming with us too? He said there's going to be snow.
I
didn't know it did that.
Perhaps. We'll talk on it, I'm sure, but for now, we're still together.
He's like, I think I'm gonna like traveling with all of you. Like, I would like to take this opportunity, and he pulls out this homemade harmonica. Except
Oh,
it
please,
sounds really rattly.
you're too kind. You really don't have
And
to
he
do
just
that.
like starts like playing a song and like tapping his knee and stomping his foot. Like, we're gonna have fun. The duck
Now,
like
the big
starts
question
dancing.
is the song in tune?
No. Not at all.
This is my life now. I signed up for this.
Theris, because you were gone earlier,
Harry.
is there anything else you wish to do with the stone with your dead friend in it?
I don't think there's anything else I can do. I'd like to, if there's any way to get him out or carry with.
You tried to pull him out, but the magic holding him was just a little too strong. So unless you have some sort of other way, but I mean, I don't think he's going anywhere. It's a pretty big stone, and not many people know how to get here.
Is it big enough to carry with? Like if we hold it while we're teleporting, because it takes us and whatever we're carrying.
Ooh.
Up to the creature's carry capacity.
Oh no, Jasper can carry a whole lot.
I believe.
Jasper, how much do you carry?
1,500?
How much are you currently carrying?
Not that much.
Jasper could probably carry it. I mean, you could certainly try.
I'm carrying 77 pounds right now.
Plus your armor. So your body weight plus your carry weight.
Oh, yeah. Plus 370. Plus 315. Yeah.
You probably could carry it. I mean, it would be fucking heavy and take like both your arms to do so, but you probably could do it. I mean, I wouldn't recommend going on like a major trek with it, but you could at least move it around from place to place and hold it.
Well, you can increase your size too, can't you?
Only for a minute though.
That's all we need is for the spell to go off while he's if he
Well, he
needs
can
that
carry
exercise.
it easily enough on his own. It's just bigger.
Okay.
So like he wouldn't want to like take this thing on like a 20-mile trek in the middle of the wilderness. But yeah, holding it to get teleported, he probably could do just fine. Whether or not it'll work, you're uncertain, but Pete's not trying anything.
Let's do it.
It's like, so, where to? Back home, or you want to find out more? It's like, I know someone who'd be willing to host you at least for a day or two and offer you dinner for all the help you've given her. I do warn you, though, it's quite cool. We do have clothes there, but he like specifically looks at you, Ari. You may be quite uncomfortable at first if you do choose to come.
You know, it's been a long week.
Wow.
Frankly, I would love some hospitality.
It's like, or I could take you home. And you could find out more about this Trassix.
I get the feeling the only person we know who knows of him is either going to be Escal or, and she gestures to the halfling.
He looks like, I don't know Eskel. I've never met him. Don't look at me. Why are you looking at me?
Do you know who Escal is?
He's one of those old dragony guys. Dragonborns. Yeah, that's what they're called. I'm surprised. Is he still alive? Boss hates that guy.
What did poor
What
Eskel do to your
does
boss?
Satesh
He's
have
so
to do-
sweet.
He imprisoned him.
Oh, that would do it.
Do you know why he imprisoned him?
No.
You know, you are just so full of secrets. I would love to squeeze them right out of you. We'll get there.
Please don't. I
I'm alive.
bruise easily. Boop, boop, boop.
Well, there is a way I could possibly get his secrets.
And it's like, oh, don't worry. We have lots of ways to get those out. Even the ones he doesn't remember.
Ooh, we're trying to get people's secrets. Tanya's gonna start pulling out all her tools.
Whoa, 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 child. A time and a place. A time and a place.
Oh, okay. But
Well, it
So,
could be
uh,
a two-pronged method. If her methods don't work and manages to perish the thing, then I can take over from that point.
even better. He's like, so shall I send word that
Yes.
9 are coming for dinner? I guess 8. Technically, he's part of your guy.
I think that would be lovely. No one's against it.
Sounds. But I'll also
And
give us a chance to look for Groncom.
He's like, I would like for everyone to stand in a line right here, please, if you don't mind.
Where does gesture?
He wants you guys to stand along the wall. Except he's holding Finrick in front of him. Totally up to you. He's like, hey, Leah. What kind of range you got on that ring?
Decent range.
How much does it carry?
Alright, going
1,000 pounds?
look at him pointedly.
What?
Let's see. 60 feet.
Oh. Not far enough. All right, so let's just review this to see if we have any room for shenanigans. I don't think there's much, though. As we plane shift back home, 8 willing creatures. We have to link hands. We can go, we're going there. We have the sigil to get here. We don't need to go back.
And if you give me time to short rest, I can move 300 feet with a haste.
Oh, no, it's up to you. It's kind of risky if you want to do it without it, though. I'll leave it up to you guys.
If we want to come back and she'll look to the door, eventually find out more about what's behind there, the knights being active and aggressive is probably a bad thing.
Jasper, you have the big red gem.
What?
The big gem from the library.
Green gem?
Yeah, it's a green.
Actually, before we take over, I'm going to
General?
ask the little steward dude if he's ever seen a circle. I describe basically a teleportation circle. Has he ever seen anything like that around here?
We used to have one in a room, but they got rid of that room. You can kind of like deconstruct this kind of. It's actually kind of interesting. We used to have more bedrooms too, but we closed off most of those.
Closed off doesn't mean it doesn't exist. Is that where this one with the circle is?
Which one with the circle?
Basically, a room with a teleportation circle, because that could get us back here if I write down the runes for it.
You already have the room to get here. That's how you got here in the first place. So you need a plane shift because it's on a different plane, but you have a sigil to get here.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, that's the one that Satesh originally tied it to Deft, and then you saw it again in the swamp. Yeah, you can get back here. Whether they'll
Just
be here
not
when you
yet.
come back.
Did we ask him his name, by the way? I
Who?
don't remember. The halfling.
Henrik? He said his name like
Henrik,
50 million times. You never would
Gotcha.
have even had to ask.
I didn't remember.
All right.
while people are lining up and preparations are being made. What did you mean by my family?
Oh, well, I figured since you're a beholder and you were visiting beholders, you were visiting family. It's like, to be honest, you're the first beholder I've ever talked to. You're a lot nicer than I thought you'd be. Why do you only have a few eyes? Are you a baby beholder? You're so
Well,
cute.
let's start with why you think I'm a beholder.
Have you seen the eye in your hand? Case and point.
Gonna look at her right hand.
It's not there.
Is there an eye in her hand right now?
Not at the moment.
Uh,
It's like, hey, where'd it go? Hey, look, it's on your other hand.
Oh, it's up on your forehead.
I'm just gonna quick insight on that one.
Do you look at your other hand?
Based on that check, yes.
So you look at your other hand, there's nothing. He's like, made you look. Little beholder humor.
I want to try that on a big beholder.
He's like, oh God, no.
She
I
kind of
met a
sort of
beholder
pointedly for
once.
a
He was
moment,
so
then
big.
relents and
He was like, he's probably like 30 feet across.
she stares at him pointedly for a moment, then relents with a small smirk, lowering her head.
All right. So
All right.
anyone else linking hands? Got to get in the chain, people, or you're getting left behind.
Yep,
Yeah,
I'll
man.
link up.
All right. So you guys all link up. We'll make Tony be at the end.
Oh, I'm always at the end.
All right. So Jasper's got the big ass gem on his back. He's like, I hope you won't like the cold. And he's going to mark off
Really don't.
slot.
Well, out of character slumber, you have more clothes than Ari.
hmm I have actual pants and
And
chest coverage.
you disappear. You flash. And all of a sudden, your breath is almost stolen away from you. It's like the extreme cold air, just like. Jasper, it actually feels quite refreshing. Jalal also seems to be unbothered by it. Is anyone resistant to cold damage?
No.
Yes.
Well, it doesn't bother you quite as much, but it bothers you probably more in many other ways because this is the opposite of like everything you're about. It's cold. There's nothing to burn into ash and eat. But I'm gonna go grab a drink. I'll be right back, and then we'll go take the snow. Here.
I'm gonna go make some coffee too. Be right back.
Oh God, it's cold.
My laptop fan finally turned off.
Whew.
Took
Like,
me
in a good way?
What?
Oh, it's because we're now in the winter place. It doesn't need to focus on cooling anymore.
Ah, that makes sense.
So Tesh lives with, or lives behind that door, then.
Allegedly.
What door?
Yeah, I don't know. Didn't notice the door at all.
Just a big, egotistical wall.
We've been through that door.
I was just drawing a line. Why am I just imagining we're going to forget that Max is in the chest at some point? They're just gonna spawn his chest,
I'm
open
back
it up,
with fear.
and be jump scared by the jumble of Max.
Oh no.
All right, and as an added bonus, left Satesh's house, you are all level 13. So feel free to bonus up before I kill you in the snow.
Yo, I got plane shift.
Now you do.
Gotten us out of here.
Had you killed the knights, you would have been able to do it on your own to technically get out. But
Oh well.
No, not at my current hit
I
points.
totally wasn't ever about to leave you guys and just leave with all of the tablets and leave you there to die. Never happened.
I'm pretty sure it did pop in your thought at one point.
I thought of like 6 ways to do it, but I decided to be nice.
Hey, I have a +10 now to perception. My passive's now
And
20.
all of those of you who are full classes, I think we're all level 7 spells.
I wish.
Oh, sorry, Dark.
I got a 4th level spell! Yay!
Although, Dark, as a reminder, because technically, if you have an exact location on her husband, I don't think you had an exact location on Mirgan. You had, like, basically a general type of area he was in.
I have, I know he's on a tropical island. I was at least going to let her know that much.
You could always just have someone send a message. You don't actually have to teleport all the way back.
Oh,
Come on, send me a message for me.
I don't think you guys actually have a teleportation circle on that continent.
Hey, can someone try saying something in other than common, infernal, or Terran? Like, type it out?
Sure.
No, okay, that still doesn't work. I have to hand put in every language now.
So, you say you can't see my insult to you?
No.
Good.
Starting at 13 level, you learn to touch the key of other minds so you can understand all spoken languages. Moreover, any creature that you can understand, that can understand language, can understand what you say.
Monks.
Yep. I don't want to, because it's spoken language. If anything's written out,
All right, so what kind of level
You
in
got plane
lock?
shift now as well.
You know, I wonder how many hit points everyone has. Let's see. Oh, who's in the lead? Oh, it's close between Lee and Jasper now.
I haven't leveled up yet. I have to reload all my modules.
I'm closer to breaking into triple digits for once, guys. I don't die from a sneeze.
I'm so
wait
happy
a
for
minute.
you.
I miss my low HP.
No, you don't.
Can I make a wizard with a 6 in Constitution?
I don't think you can go below 8. In this campaign, it doesn't matter. We roll in this campaign.
Mhm.
But in theory, you could. You could end up with a 3. That was almost a natural 1. All right. Shall we level up and walk at the same time?
Sure.
Okay. So as you guys get to this location, you look around. You're not sure what time of day it is. It's hard to tell. There is some light though, and you're able to see. It looks like you're kind of up on this taller ridge that looks down. You guys notice a slight discoloration off in the distance, maybe like 10 miles out. down at a lower elevation. If anyone wants to roll a perception check to see if you can actually see this far.
Perception, you say?
We should have better know that. Oh, okay. It's 2 perception checks above 10. That's surprising.
A fellow plus 10.
Oh, Sora. You're the only one who makes out the detail because it was DC 25. You look further down at, like, away from the direction you're currently traveling, and there's like this. You would have to guess, like maybe like a 10 or 20 mile radius of land in the middle of all this winter that's just pure. It looks like spring. And you see like this giant obelisk kind of sticking up out of it, and within it you see like this kind of medium-sized town.
So are we heading over there?
Oh no. He's like, he points up towards the mountains. We're going that way. It's like, that's what's the name of that damn town? Oh, that's Honolulu.
But it looks nice.
Is Honolulu the name of the place with the delve, or it's been a while?
No, that's Honolulu is technically there's not the thorns on the far west side of this. And so the kind of the northern area connects into Arcadia. It's like the last, it's not even a part of like what would be the kingdom. It's like this no man's land in between, just in the mountains.
Wait, is that the town with my obelisk?
Yeah, that's the obelisk he just saw.
Oh, yeah. Heck yeah. I mean, I don't know who put that there.
So, Ari, it's really, really cold. Do you have any clothing that's warmer at all?
Define warmer.
Define clothing.
Fair. I would say we're not high enough to start taking like extreme cold damage, but you're extremely uncomfortable. The only people here that seem to be probably comfortable, Jasper, Jalal, Jason's fairly comfortable, but you're still a bit cold. You don't have like super warm clothing. Other than that, you guys are pretty chilly.
I'm just saying, my child could use a cloak made out of children.
He's like, we have to go a bit further by foot. He's like, the obelisk kind of messes with magic a little bit here. So it makes it a little bit harder to pinpoint exactly where to teleport. He's like, we got about maybe like 10 miles from here. It's not horrible. It's like, do you guys need to go buy warm clothing?
Yes, please.
Probably
Yes.
a good idea.
Yes.
Like, I guess we could head down the hill. However, I'm probably gonna have to wait on the outside. They're not big fans of winter. It's just a complicated story.
I mean, at this point in time, I'm kind of agreeing. It's bloody cold.
Okay. He leads you down the hill. So it takes you probably about, I'd say 2 hours. You're kind of motivated because you haven't really gotten like a good meal in a couple days. You haven't been to a town in a bit. It seems like the casino is almost forever ago, even though it's only been a couple days. So he probably leaves you about a mile out.
A days, it's only been a few hours.
Is that what you think?
pretty sure.
We'll have to find out. So, he leaves you about a mile out. Kind of like at the last little bits of where there's snow. It's like, you should be able to go in there. It's like, do you guys have money?
We'd have more if we actually found anything
Yeah.
in that place.
Tanya is completely broke.
You guys look back and Finrick has like a fur coat on. He's like, we should have got some money out of the treasury before we left.
I'm going to strangle this
How is-
man.
So how is Jasper handling that gem?
He seems fine.
Sucking on it. I don't know.
He's trying to eat it.
It had these before. They called it a jawbreaker.
I'll show you.
Yeah,
Alright.
we have some calls.
It's like,
Also, as we're walking, I was going to ask Fenric.
Hmm?
So how much do you know about what's going on with current events?
well, I was a statue, and then I wasn't. And things have gone up from there.
A nice positive outlook.
Like, yeah, no clue.
While you weren't a statue, did they ever talk about a princess?
I met a princess once. But other than her, I don't think so. Not that I've met. She was pretty too. She had the same eye, except hers were in her eyes.
When was that?
I don't know. I haven't seen Victoria in a long time. You would be familiar with the name Victoria. That was the daughter, because you did meet this individual before. That was the wizard, the female wizard who was with the Cambians.
Okay. Just gonna look down at her right hand again.
He's like, don't worry, you'll grow into it. Like, things are looking up. Another beholder joke.
Again, the smirk.
It's like, so how did you become a beholder anyways? I'm like, anybody do it? And he's like chewing on a piece of beef. You have no idea where he's getting all this stuff from. He's just like chewing on a piece of beef jerky. I'm like, can I be a beholder too?
I don't know.
Well, you don't know how. He just smiles. As you guys walk into the town, it's a sizable town. It's probably got like maybe like 1,200 people that live here. Very basic shops, but seems pretty friendly and cozy. What do you guys want to look for?
I'm just enjoying how warm it is.
Yeah, it's awkward. Like, it is probably like a nice, like 74 degrees outside. There's grass,
Ugh.
flowers blooming. And
Yikes.
literally within eye shot, you see extremely frozen, frigid cold.
I'm back, and I believe I heard the magical ding sound.
Yeah, level
You
13.
sure did. I would love to take a closer look at the obelisk. Very interesting.
Sure. The obelisk, as you get closer, it's not hard to see. It's probably like 30 feet tall, and it has engravings. I don't think any of you speak that language.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I speak every language, but I can't read it.
There you go.
I
I don't think any of it.
give me 10 minutes so I can do just the opposite.
Now I just need to go 13 levels into Druid, and I can speak and read every language.
The other thing you do notice as you get closer to the obelisk, it throws off like a decent amount of warmth. It's not like burning, but like the closer you are, the warmer it is to it. And there's like a couple of people just like sitting near it.
I want to hug that obelisk, but I don't.
You can't hug it; it will burn you.
It was a figure of speech.
No, I'm serious. It will literally burn you.
What do you know about this obelisk? How long has it been here?
Oh, it's been here maybe a month. It was a gift. It saved our people.
Well, it's a mighty generous gift. Who did you receive it from?
I forget. They said there's some rich guy from down south or a prince or something. I don't remember.
Hmm.
But it's certainly really nice.
What does it do besides the warmth?
It makes. I think it makes this entire area spring. From what we've seen. Also, when monsters come, it protects us.
How so? How does it protect? Does it just draw them away, or
Oh, it has fire magic.
fire
Mm.
magic? Fascinating.
Yeah, this one time, it summoned this massive giant fire elemental and it smushed these giants like they were nothing.
An
It's
elemental,
pretty cool.
isn't it?
Yeah, big one.
Now that is very interesting.
But yeah, no.
How?
If I ever meet the guy,
Yeah.
I'll have to buy him a drink. Like, are all of you from out of town?
I look at my own my current clothing.
You could say that.
It's like, oh,
Yeah, we just got here.
we don't get many visitors. We don't really have any like inns or taverns, but I mean, you could probably find somewhere to stay. I mean, the monks may take you in for the night. They're pretty nice. Make some great soup too.
Perhaps, but do you have any shops that sell warm clothing?
Yeah, no, and they kind of like point you in the direction of some shops where you could find some winter clothing and furs and whatnot.
Thank you very much. Also, how big of an elemental was that?
Oh, I don't know. I ran and hid inside, but it was cool.
I'm gonna do a
No
detect
doubt.
magic.
It's like just spews fire magic.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Therish, by the time you can read it, this is some form of like older common. And essentially it's from roll an arcana check really quick too, with advantage. It looks like some sort of complex fire rune. that is essentially imbued into this object to make the surrounding area always warm, and it apparently also has some ability to defend itself as well.
And I'll share that info with everybody if it matters.
You do also notice, because that snowstorm that's been going from the north to the south into Arcadia is not here. Clear skies. You can see it off to the sides, but it does not penetrate this area. Like, so you can get some furs over there. I have some basic travel supplies over there. You guys heading further inland, or are you going up the mountains?
We will definitely be doing one of those two things.
Huh. Well, you kind of prepare differently for either, but be careful either way.
Are there
What's
things in the
inland?
forest we should be wary
I'll
of?
keep them.
Mm, I mean, not specific. I mean, typical stuff. It's more dangerous going north, but if you're heading back south, it should be pretty clear into Tyros. It's like, although I'd stay clear of Western Tyros, there's been word of some dragon attacks.
Dragon attacks in Tyros?
Yeah, on the western side. Apparently, some dragon attacked some sort of kingdom, and they dispatched one of the eastern or the western lords' battalions, and they were all destroyed.
Do you know which lord?
I don't know. I don't think he survived. What was his name? I don't know. He was always super ambitious, anyways.
Do you know anybody in this town that might know?
Mm. It's like, Brother Asabi may know.
Where can I find him?
Oh, he leads the monastery.
And the monastery is.
It's a
He kind
monastery.
of points up over the mountain. There's like a larger monastery.
Jason heads that way.
I'll
Like,
follow.
Yes,
good luck, you guys.
We've been off the grid for a while. It'd be lovely to get some news. Thank you kindly for the information. Have a good day.
Thank you. All right, so you guys
Bye.
want to buy your stuff first, or do you want to go to the monastery?
Jason's heading straight to the monastery.
Ah.
He's not
Okay.
waiting for anyone else.
All right, so as you guys approach Jason, you kind of go off towards the monastery grounds. They do have like a gate entrance. It's very simple. It's just wooden. But you see two of the monks standing up front. Why, good day to you.
I heard there was some trouble in Tyros. Is there anyone who has more information on that here?
Trouble in Tyros. Are you speaking of the dragon attacks?
Yes, that.
I know minor details. Brother Asabi may know more. He's currently in lecture, but if you'd like to wait in the main hall, they'll be breaking soon for lunch.
Well, do you know which lord it was?
Sorry, I'm not very familiar. I'm not from the Arcadian kingdoms.
And how long until they break for lunch, you said?
Depends. Sometimes he goes off on a tangent, so maybe 15 minutes.
I shall return in 15 minutes.
Fair. All right. So what all are you guys doing? Well, you until your 15 minutes. Furs.
Yeah, for up the mountain.
All right. So I believe. Fur clothing. Now, because I know I have to ask this question, is anyone buying customized fur clothing or attempting to customize fur clothing? Or are we just buying jackets and pre-made things? Sorry.
Well, if it could cover
Um,
even less area.
So if you just want some fur clothing, it's going to be about 8 gold, just because they overcharge up here, per outfit, and they're in the middle of nowhere. If you want to do something else, let me know. But they can easily make clothing sets for people.
Talia wants some warm clothing, please.
Yours is only 7 gold because you're short.
Damn straight, being short is useful. I give him 7 gold.
Jasper, yours costs an extra gold because you're big.
No.
Unless you can shrink. But then I wouldn't want to be tailored to that.
I will never shrink.
Someone cast reduce.
Well, I do have a recently level 4 slot. I could.
Don't do it.
Look
It's
at
not
Tanya,
worth it.
Don't do it.
Someone got level 4 slots.
And you want to know what? Oh, yeah, by the way, group, can I have 400 gold, please?
What?
I need to go buy a box.
Kind of box. Mhm.
It needs to have an ornate stone, and it's for my lunch. It's a metal lunch box worth at least 400 gold.
Is it big enough?
Lockbox, my bad.
Is this about the same
I got
size as the
really
one we just
excited
stuffed a
there for a
body
second.
in?
Well, I got this new spell. It's called Summon Construct. And unfortunately, I need components for it.
You are hungry, Jasper.
Damn, talking all that lunch talk made me hungry. Give the little girl her friend.
A
Just
divine smell coming out of that monastery.
Just word of warning.
I
Anyone
just keep walking
do
further into it.
Applesauce here. Don't eat it.
What's wrong with applesauce?
Don't eat it here.
Jasper just wanders into the monastery, like to the mess hall. Lots of stew, breads, some cheeses.
He
See
just grabs a
couple of,
whole
he
bucket
just starts
of
going to town.
yeah.
Like, he's a big fellow. At this time, Jasper, as you're kind of like chugging down some beer and just like shoving some food in there, you feel a gentle hand placed upon your shoulder. My, you are quite big, aren't you?
Yeah.
And you
Yeah.
look to your side and you see a human man, probably like 5'10", long blonde hair. Like, my apologies. I heard you were looking to speak to me.
Oh yeah. That's them back there. I don't really know.
Oh, it's a pleasure to meet you. What's your name?
Your food's really good. Jasper.
Oh, pleasure to meet you, Jasper. I'm Brother Asabi, but you may call me Eltwin.
Did you say wasabi?
Asabi.
Oh, wasabi. And I can call you what?
Eltwin. Eltwin. I'll spell this in. I'll spell the whole thing. Eltwin Asabi.
Eltwin wasabi.
This should be interesting.
It's been a pleasure coming here and eating your food. Thank you very much.
Oh, please. Do wait, you came all this way on your own? I heard there was more of you looking for me.
For some of us, but I smelt the food, so I just came on in.
Eagle Eye said this. He's like, you look vaguely familiar. He's like, are you from around these parts?
Originally, yes.
You know, we do have genealogy charts in our library of the Goliath tribes of the north. If you're
Really?
interested.
I am.
It's more of an amateur collection, but I like being thorough.
Hey, anything for scholarly advances as I just stuffed my face full of some stew bread.
Like, I'll heat up my strong friend. All right, so everyone who's getting, so if you're small, 7 gold for your fur clothing. If you're average, 8. If you're big, 9. If you're not buying it, you better be Jasper or you're going to freeze to death.
I've already purchased it.
I don't have any money, so
You don't need it. You are resistant to extreme temperatures because you're a glide.
Yes, I know. I'm aware of that.
You said 8 gold for average.
8 gold, yeah.
I
So you have
I'm
a,
gonna give you. I want to get some like extra fluff along the hood, just so it's real big.
you can get
So
some
I'll
extra
give you-
fluff, so just throw another gold in.
Okay.
I really gotta buy a.
What were you saying, Jason?
Out of curiosity.
Jason has no gold.
Hey, you mentioned that you have no gold, and Fender kind of looks over at you. He's like, if you ever get frozen, I heard of a method of staying warm. He's like, first you get 2 naked people and you put them together.
So how much gold is
That's
it?
enough.
How much gold is it to get him winter suit?
That's how babies are made.
Yeah, I'll toss 8 gold.
How tall are you, Jason?
6'11.5".
He's 9.
Fine, I toss 9 gold.
Hunter kind of looks over. He's like, I'm glad you got a coat. He's like, how do you like mine? His is like blue.
So what's the item exactly called? The winter clothes?
It's just called fur clothes. He's like, if you get cold though, Jason, don't forget. I can save your life.
I'd rather freeze.
Alright, I'll go ahead and buy a fur cloak. What colors do they have?
Brown and brown.
Pretty slim. There's brown. There's dark brown. There's reddish brown.
Beige. They've got beige.
There's one set of white, but it also is 12 gold.
Sure. Okay, so I go for the white.
Sure. All right, so you guys acquire your
Immediately
clothing.
thought of going for white because I knew Ari would. I'll go for the reddish brown.
Fair.
Is the item under items or?
I thought I dropped it in chat. Did I not drop it? Maybe I did. Whoopsie. It's just fur clothing. So you can just add the color to the side of it. Yeah. They don't have like access to a lot of like dyes or finer furs. It's pretty, what you get keeps you warm.
I'm going to assume it's also not sized for a dwarf.
They have varying sizes because they do have a good mix of people living here. The population is probably mostly human. There is like a good small percentage of dwarven, and then anything under that is even smaller of a percentage. You do notice at this point, though, that Jasper is gone. Jasper, as you're eating, they keep feeding you food. They have some good food. At one point, one of the monks comes over. Like, oh, would you like to try? I just came up with this one recently, and he puts a bowl in front of you.
As it enters my eyesight, I'm just already eating it.
It's very sweet and delicious.
No. No.
Tastes good. Tastes like apples.
No.
I love apples.
No.
A little bit of cinnamon.
Do you have any like a corn flake that you could like put on top of?
They have some dried corn in storage. They can
Oh,
rehydrate.
perfect.
I
Crunchy.
told you, Jasper.
Like, another bowl with corn.
Another bowl?
Oh yeah, you just keep eating. It's great.
Yeah. Why not?
I'm gonna head over to the monastery.
Yeah, it is kind of in the general space. So you guys make your way towards the monastery, and you come in. You just see Jasper like sitting at a table with a bunch of monks, just like and like taking food from the other monks. He's got like 5 empty bowls of whatever this is that he's been eating since the time you were gone.
Yeah. Just imagine like Goku after a fight.
Yeah.
Nuts.
So Jasper, you see the rest of the party kind of approach from behind.
Oh, hey guys, just got stew over here.
And you see
the
Elwyn
sweet-
pops out from the side. He's on the opposite side of the table from him, and you just see a human individual with the blonde hair reach out. Hello. Please, come, sit. Warm yourselves. Have a bite to eat.
Tanya's going to ask the person. Is there go ahead.
That's all she was saying. She was just saying hello.
You wouldn't happen to have anyone that could send a message to someone in this town?
Like a letter or a magical message?
Magic, faster the better.
Tanya, I can do that. Why do you need someone else for that?
It's probably best. We don't really have a lot of magic users. We're very limited in the magic we do have, and most of it is based for survival. Sorry.
But before we go to bed, can you send a message to someone for me?
I may need some information, but sure.
All right, we'll deal with that later then.
So the monastery is offering us food?
Hmm?
I don't see anything wrong with that.
Yeah, so there's soup spreads, cheeses, and then there's like this fruity dessert thing, which is essentially applesauce. It's an inside joke, don't worry.
I'm worried.
Alright, I'll take it.
Nothing seems off about these monks, right?
Roll an insight check. No.
Oh my god.
You look. They appear to be varying types of monks. They seem to be very friendly. Some of them have lived in this town their whole lives. Some of them are newer. But no, they all seem very friendly.
Okay. I don't see any harm joining them for a meal. A free meal at that.
Yeah, it seems the food is fine. You don't get any sense of danger necessarily. Like, so what brings you all to come visit?
Just passing through.
Oh, we're visiting a friend.
What was that, Ari?
Nah, she said we're visiting a friend.
Oh, excellent. It's like, where does your friend live?
Ah,
You know, I'm not entirely sure. It's more of a friend of a friend. And our friend is elsewhere.
Oh. It's like, well, what brings you to our small town? We don't get many visitors. It's like,
holds
you
up
all
some of
look a
her-
bit tired, too. Have you been on a long journey?
Our journey is not yet finished. I was actually wondering, is Brother Eltwin done, or Brother Osabi done with his lectures?
He just kind of giggles. Why, yes, I am.
Do you have more information on the dragon attacks in Tyros?
Ah, yes. We do get updated on news from the kingdoms. Apparently there was a dragon attack, supposedly from what my sources tell me. It attacked a large battalion of Tiro soldiers from, what's that lord's name? You know, his name slips my mind, but he did die in the battle. However, the kingdom they rode to defend, I hear that they were able to hold, and the people are safe. But I know there's a lot of anger with the Golden Perch, especially with Tyros. And I don't know if you're aware of this. Did you hear the King of Tyros recently died?
Have we heard of that?
You heard about it, yeah.
Yes, that news was recently conveyed to us, but
So things are a bit chaotic south of here directly, but seems it all works out. But I'm not sure. I hear the dragon still is at large. I've never actually
and do you
seen a
not
dragon
recall the
before.
name of the lord whose region was it recently attacked?
I do not, unfortunately.
Is he lying?
Roll an insight check. Seems to be telling the truth. He's like, however, there have been lots of interesting developments. I don't know. Have you heard of the wars to the south?
We've heard of them.
No news of recent though. We've been traveling out of the loop for quite a while.
Apparently, there was many battles and wars, ranging from swamps to shorelines to sea. From what I've come to understand, the kingdom of Arcadia fallen on hard times. Like, are you familiar with Arcadia?
I've heard of it.
Their king was had retreated into exile, and apparently there was a large-scale attack. They ended up surviving to an extent, but the king was captured, I hear. Many people died, but the populace, I believe, was indeed safe. Also in Western Arcadia, I hear that the what's the name of that family? The Cross family have gained control of Western Arcadia. Apparently just in time as the Simthir armies started arriving. Very interesting, Simthir. Are any of you familiar?
A little.
I think Max is the only
I don't
person who's
remember if
there.
the character was declared.
Simthir is they're a very rich industrial society. They basically only acknowledge humans in Asmar. Max is from there.
Oh, this Max is from.
Yep. They sent 360,000 soldiers spread across 3 armies to come assist in this conflict to kind of lighten it up. It seems like they're almost reaching for a land grant. They sent they currently have 60,000 soldiers camped outside of Western Gancaster. Apparently keeping the peace and investigating. They also have a 60,000 outside of Southern Gancaster, and they've taken active control of that. Unfortunately, Lord Unzar did perish in that battle, I hear. So I'm not quite sure what's going on there. The Lord of the Western areas also apparently was killed. So it seems like Arcadia is becoming a place without anyone to rule it. Their king, I guess, is being held somewhere. We're not sure. But
Where was he captured?
that he was captured in southern Arcadia during the strike. Things were actually going quite well. They had many people, dragons, wizards, incredible battles, but at some point they unleashed a massive fire attack which took down the city walls and killed a lot of our troops. Their troops, sorry. That's my bad.
Does the area he's describing sound like where the last place I know the king was? When I sent him message that he was getting large numbers coming that way.
And it also matches what Ari saw from another vision. He's like, he did not die, but he was taken captive. His captain still lives, Clayton Himnir. But many of the lords of Gancaster are apparently in poor shape. Even the Cross family, their armies have been unable to leave Western Gancaster. They'd have 20,000 troops, but if they were to leave the city, it would be taken by Simthir. And their own kingdoms are currently under attack. I think they were not faring well the last time I heard. Apparently an orc army from the mountains? Horrible news.
Oh, yes. The orcs.
And in the east, I hear there's an amazing battle going on. Dragons being killed. There was an airship that crashed. Very intriguing. He's like, oh, and apparently they caught a cult leader. What was his name? A Satesh?
They did what now?
Yes. He had killed a blue dragon at the Eastern conflict, and apparently as he was flying away on his dragon, somehow he was struck down and captured. They are taking him to the capital to stand trial in front of the Golden Perch and the rest of the lords of the Alliance.
And who's in charge of the capital at the moment?
Well, thankfully the council kind of oversees, but there's currently the queen is the standing regent for the young prince of Tyros, as he's only 8 months old. It's like, so they have captured him, are moving them there for judgment.
Now, is this Gancaster, the city?
No, so Tyros is another major kingdom. It's near the Golden Perch. It's the major capital that's right next to the Golden Perch.
Okay, just making sure we're talking about a different place.
What happened to Tyros again?
Their king died. They also had some dragon attacks, but they also captured Satesh. And he's being transported to the capital of Tyros, which is near the Golden Perch. And they've summoned the lords to kind of stand trial.
Now, is this a kingdom that was attacking Gancaster? Are they involved with that in any way?
No, it was a civil war, I believe, but this was the cult that was causing a lot of the issues. I believe it's one of their leaders. They still have a stronghold at the capital, from what I've come to understand. And I believe Simthir actually has 120,000 soldiers stationed outside the walls of the capital right now. However, they have not breached, from what I have heard.
Do you know when this trial is to be held?
Oh, unfortunately not. I just received this news yesterday afternoon. But now that they've caught the leader, hopefully this mess starts to get better. I'm not sure. It seems like Simthir is trying to expand their territories from what I can see, but the Cross family is a good old family. They should be able to maintain. It's like, I feel bad for those from Gancaster, though. I would hate to see my home ripped apart like this.
It's not pleasing.
It's like, but on the bright side, it looks like things are starting to sort themselves out. Is there any other news that you were looking for?
Hmm.
It's like, well, I would invite you to stay and enjoy a meal. Do you need lodging for the evening?
I don't believe so. I think we have someone waiting on us.
Oh, well, if you ever need a place or just are in the area for yes, young one.
One more thing. Have you at all seen or heard of a half-orc in these parts? Probably about... Jill hold her hand up to... probably about as high as she can reach. So maybe this tall, dark hair, likes to use an axe.
I mean, there's lots of half orcs in this area. You described a great many, although that's quite small for a half orc. Perhaps not that specifically comes to mention to the description you've given. But yes, this area is known for half orcs.
She'll create an image of Gronko. One that looks like this.
Unfortunately, not anyone who looks like this, but if I see anyone, I'll definitely keep an eye out.
Thank you.
Like, good luck to all of you. If you need anything, please let me know. And he just kind of like walks back off to his duties.
Satesh's been captured. That's
Which
nice.
Satesh?
Are there more than one? Oh, that's so complicated.
Apparently there's several and some are dead.
Remember, there's the one from Gamecaster, and then there's the one whose home we were just in.
Oh, right. You know, politics is just so... Ugh.
I will mention, because you were told this, Soren, when Soren died, killed the other Satesh with a few of those extra bodyguards.
I think it's something we should definitely check out, though.
All right, so what do you guys want to do?
We have the Jalal to make up with, unless anyone else has anything else.
I think that's just about it. Got food, we got coats.
All right,
I'm
got
gonna...
full bellies.
If
full
there's
coat?
like a donation pot, I'm gonna drop 5 gold in it.
Alright,
my
is
monastery.
also not needing anything.
All right.
Just because Deft was freaking out doesn't mean you don't have to eat anything.
That's not why she's not eating anything.
Trust no one.
Just no one. All right.
Also not why she's...
So you're refreshed. You head back out of the city limits. You see Jalal just kind of sitting there reading a book in the snow.
Really doesn't bother you, huh?
Not particularly, no.
Alright, we'll just throw a cloak over herself.
So are you ready to walk? We have quite a ways to go.
Yeah.
All right. So, is there anything you guys want to do before we begin our adventure up the mountain?
I'm gonna pick up a good stick, cast telekinesis on it, and float.
You're like putting all your pressure on the stick. Fair enough. All right.
Now, did
So
we
as you
get a
guys
long
want-
rest yet or no?
Not yet, no. So you got a 10-mile hike to finish out this long, long day for you. You're not sure how long it's been specifically since you left either. But you begin your descent up the mountain, and we'll pause here for tonight and pick up next week. So if you need to finish leveling, feel free to do so. And nobody got killed leaving Satesh's house.
I mean, if you guys waited, I could have disengaged and moved 150 feet.
Well, I can take us back now.
If it's all still there. I see someone was bored.
I'll need some components, though.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm in trouble.
What's in the applesauce? What did I eat?
Applesauce?
Don't worry about it.
It's
What
just
do you mean,
apples.
don't worry?
It's literally just apples and cinnamon
Don't
and
worry
sugar.
about it.
All right.
You're good. You have a full belly of happiness, Jasper. Don't let anyone take that away from you.
Don't
He's so
think about
happy.
it.
He's so happy right now.
You should have had some more of that dark ale.
It'd be a shame if anyone ruined that.
Yeah, the meat must have been really... Was there any meat being served?
There was some meat being served. It wasn't in great abundance, but there was some. They have more grains, breads, soup, soup, things like that, which do have some meat in them. But as far as like meat dishes, a couple.
So I don't have to worry about unintentional cannibalism.
No, it was just a nice meal with hearty cinnamon applesauce.
And maybe a little
It's also
some
good.
extra. Secret ingredient.
You worry too much, Teft. No secret ingredients, just plain old applesauce.
That's what he wants you to think.
That's occurring to me, Adam. I don't think Ari could wear the fur shirt if she was going to.
I
Wait,
will
what
say,
now?
though, the one complication, Ari, you wouldn't be able to fly wearing your fur clothing.
Well, she's just got the cloak thrown over her.
But you still have to take it off in order to fly. So if you're having enough to keep you warm, if you're gonna fly, you'd have to take it off.
She would have to unwrap herself, yeah.
Well, you would not be protected from the cold. Your cloak is not that well designed.
Yeah. So she's not protected from the cold currently.
Yeah, so if you stay wrapped up, you're
Yeah,
good. If you
she
start
can't-
flying, you're gonna get cold.
She can't contort her, she can't contort her wings underneath the shirt. So,
And you do have some level of general protection because you do have Black Dragon armor on. You've customized the size of the Black Dragon armor, but you do still have Black Dragon armor.
yeah, if she gets cold, she'll just like throw that over herself and use some fire magic to help keep her warm.
Fair enough. Yeah, so we'll pick up
Untie
there
it
next
from
week
around her waist.
as we make our way to go have dinner with the Queen before we make our way to the Crystal Caverns to see what else this little bugger knows. Be careful, though. The Crystal Caverns may reveal more things than you're intending. Good game, everybody.
Thanks for watching, everybody. Have a
I
good
hate
night.
you. Why would you do this to me?